Namaste yogis.
It's Goga, kinda like yoga. 2 years in the game, 78 postures later, it is clear hip openers are the big boys or girls in yoga. From sitting ones, lunges, squats, goddesses, hamstring stretches, including the inversions. With this foundation, I'm convinced that we are ready to take a 90-day journey towards the mother of them all. They call it hanumanasana, monkey, or as most of you know it, the splits. Enjoy the ride. Day number 24. So let's begin with a bit of warm-up. Jumping jacks for 30 seconds. Inhaling and exhaling. Oof. It's nice being out on the beach in the morning. Let's be able to have a feel of this. Keep going. Trying to bring in some bit of tapas or heat in the body. Oof. Release. Take a rest. The next what we're going to do, we are going to pull our knee towards our chest. And so that we're able to find that knee to chest stretch. Shifting all your weight on your standing foot, just be able to find a bit of balance. Feel free to spread your toes a lot if you're standing on a flat surface. I'm in the beaches, so I'm just in sandals. And keep hugging that right knee towards your chest, gazing forward at a point that is not moving. So you're going to stay up about 30 seconds, and then release. We switch sides. You hug your left knee to your chest, and then pull it towards the chest, and then try to keep your upper body straight as possible. Just be able to find a bit of balance. Then now you're shifting your weight to the right leg, gazing at a point that is not moving. Then gently release. Shake it out. The next what you're going to do, you're going to warm up and doing some butt kicks. Hands on your chest, then keep kicking your butt. So you're going to massage your glutes with your heels as you keep running. Oof. Inhaling and exhaling, trying to keep the chest as straight as possible. Oof. Inhale, exhale. Butt kicks. Figuratively, literally. Yeah, and then start slowing down the exercise. So we go to stop before we transition into the next posture. You want to run this, relax. The next what you're going to do, just warm up, skipping without rope. So again, imagine you have an imaginary rope and then start skipping. And as you skip, make sure you're landing on the mound of your foot, or the balls of your foot. Okay, it's time to keep in a bit of heat. So do this for about 60 seconds. Just be able to create enough heat. Remember, for any of these split stretches, we have to warm up before we get into the nitty-gritties of the exercise. Keep going. 15 more seconds left. And then gently start slowing down. We're going to stop the exercise. Oof. Then take a deep breath out, through the mouth. Exhale. Good job. Just catch your breath here for a moment. Just to lower the heart rate a bit. It's a bit intense, Just go to, ease in. The next pose we are going to do. So come on to standing and see that you can do a quad stretch. So you pull your right ankle in towards your glute, and then you want to ensure that the right knee is pointing down towards the ground. And then keep the chest straight, gazing forward, and just find a very interesting stretch going on here on the right quad as you pull that heel in. It's nice just looking at the beach and the water that just goes beyond here. It's bringing in some nice calming effect. Just practicing out here. It's pretty cool. Just leave it at that. So you keep stretching that quad. Make sure that the knee is pointing down the entire time. So let's do this for about 60 seconds. So you want to do a minute give or take on this side, and then release. Opposite side, so you switch legs. You grab the left ankle. Make sure you find your balance by shifting your weight on the standing foot nicely. Then you pull that heel towards the glutes. Then you want to gaze forward, anchoring your focus on a point that is not moving. And just shifting your weight on the entire right leg, just to be able to support you. Then try to keep the chest straight as possible. And then gently release. The next pose you're going to do, you're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. So take your feet out as wide as your mat, and then start lunging forward. Just be able to feel that stretch on the entire back of the legs or the hamstrings. Keep reaching towards your toes, and then try to keep your back as flat as possible, almost parallel to the ground underneath you as you keep reaching. Inhaling and exhaling. So I'm giving the see my bum, my bum view. Yeah, inhale, exhale. Then gently start slowing down. Maybe hold your legs for a little bit. Just be able to find stillness in this posture. And then gently release the posture. Take a rest. Take a rest. The next pose we are going to do. So after the wide-legged forward fold, so I want you to come and then hinge forward from your hips and take a dynamic forward fold. So you come up, you fold forward. So you want to put your belly in, trying to create a flat back as much as possible. So you can either anchor your gaze down on the ground, or otherwise you can just look forward. Just be able to feel that nice stretch on the spine, and maybe release your fingertips down on the ground. Then you come up. Exhale, you come down, releasing those fingertips down on the ground. On an inhale, you rise up. On an exhale, you fold forward. So maybe you can tap the fingertips down on the ground. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bow forward. Tapping the mat a little bit more. And then you can do this several times until you're done with your 60 seconds. With each move, you're bringing awareness to your breath. So as you inhale, you take in the air, and as you exhale, you take it out. And then gently release the posture. The next posture you're going to do, we are going to do some side lunge. So you want to lean towards the left side, and then so that you can stretch the right leg fully. You can drop your hands down on the mat, just be able to find that stretch on the entire right leg. Keep pointing your toes towards your face, and then if possible you can even try and do a ninja squat. Just be able to find a bit of balance. Inhale and exhale. Just hold it here for 40 seconds on this side before we switch sides. Just be able to make sure that hamstring is working. And then gently make a primal movement, walking towards your right side, and then find a side lunge, feeling that nice stretch on the entirety of the left leg. And then try to keep your chest straight. Maybe see whether we can find balance here as well. You can bring your hands to your heart center and see whether ninja is possible. Inhaling and exhaling. Just hold it here for a bit and then gently release, take a rest, and then come on to lying on your back. Then we are going to do a lying leg abduction. So remember, you can always support your lower back. Inhale as you open, exhale as you close. So we do this for about 40 more seconds. Inhale, exhale, bring your feet together. And you keep doing this several times. Just be able to feel that nice stretch on the inner thighs and even the hamstrings here. Also engage because you're trying to point your toes as much as possible towards your face. And then your lower back is supported, so you want to rest your seat bones down there on the ground, so make sure that your bum is not lifting, your sacrum is in contact with the floor. Look at this ferry. This ferry is actually heading to Dar es Salaam from Zanzibar. It does this trip, so I've observed it from yesterday. So it takes about 2 hours to get back. Then gently come into sitting, and then from here we are going to do hands moving forward. So you start from Dandasana, then you start walking your hands towards your feet, and then you come back. This is a very good, I think of it as a massage, especially on the legs. You keep pressing them nicely, and as you go down, you want to pull the belly in, engage in the belly here. As you walk And then as you come back, you rise up very nicely. Inhale, you go down. And then please keep it coming up nicely. So you want to move with intentionality. You're feeling that nice stretch as you keep pressing the thighs down to the ground, the shins. And as you come up, you want to feel the same effect, trying to just make sure the hamstrings are stretching gently and nicely. So you do this for about 60 seconds again. And then gently release. The next posture you're going to do, we are going to do a seated forward fold. So reach forward and so that you can grab your toes, or otherwise so that you can grab the sides of your feet. Again, remember you can always bring a micro bend on the knees. And then once you're here, try to inhale, open your chest, exhale so that you can bow forward. And then try to just make sure that there's a spine stretch in here. So again, you can just gaze towards your toes, or otherwise you can bow forward, bend in your elbows, and see that you can bring your head to meet your knees. And it's also a very good posture just to stretch the hamstrings, while also just working on the back muscles. Hanumanasana. We last did this posture actually at the beach. You can check the episode up there. We're doing these stretches. Yeah. So they can get a deeper bend here by bending my elbows and still gaze at my toes. Yeah, just be able to feel that nice deeper stretch on the hamstrings. And then gently release the posture. Oof, good job. Maybe take a twist towards the right side, take a twist towards the left. Just be able to move that spinal column a bit. And then you're ready now. The next posture we are going to do. So you're going to bend your knees and so that you can find downward facing dog. So trying to create a nice V with your body. Bend your knees slightly, lift your bum up towards the sky, and then you want to melt your torso down towards the thighs. And then gaze at the space between your feet. And just stay here for a bit. If the feet is too much, you can gaze at the space between your knees. The idea is to just make sure that you're feeling this spine stretch. It's also an arm. It can actually strengthen the arms as well. It's also an inversion. And it's also a hamstring stretch. So down dog achieves a lot of things. And then you want to feel the entirety of the legs stretching here while you're in downward facing dog. Sending breaths there. Your shoulders may start feeling some interesting sensation, but just stay with the sensation. Just keep breathing in and out through the nose and out through the nose. Oof. Make sure you're spreading your fingers a lot. Just be able to find that bit of a base and balance. And then from here, gently release the posture and then take your left leg forward. And then from here, we are going to do half Hanuman or half split. So stretch that left leg, balance on the heel, and then so that you can walk your hands slightly in and then gaze towards your knee. Again, you want to make sure that the hips are on top of the knee. And then just press your palms down. Feel free to use a block here. And then see whether you can just gaze towards your knee. Otherwise, see whether you can bow forward and even kiss your knees. Perfectly fine, like what we did on the last episode, last Friday. So 23. And then you can keep flexing your toes, pointing your toes towards your face. Otherwise, just stay here. Less is more in practice. You never want to overstrain yourself at the expense of an injury. Just hold it here. So we're holding this for about 60 seconds before we transition to the other side. Feeling that juicy stretch on the entire left hamstring. And then gently prepare to release the posture. So you're going to rebend the knee. And then so that you can take that foot back and then bring the right leg between your hands. Again, remember the foundations of this posture. So you want to stretch that right leg, balance it on the heel, and then keep flexing your toes and then press your hands. And you can say that you can align your elbows on in the same line as the knee. And then you're trying to keep your hips on top of the lower knee. Okay? You're almost drawing a straight line there. And then stay here. Stay with your elbows slightly bent. Otherwise, you can just press your palms, fully straightening those elbows out. And your 60 seconds start now. Half Hanuman or the half split. Half half splits posture. So we are doing great in terms of the challenge. So we have your day number 24. So hanging in there, hanging in there, hanging in there. Just stay here. Feeling that entire stretch on the right hamstring. And then gently rebend the knee, getting out of the posture. And then take your knees as wide as your mat, Charlie Chaplin feet, so your feet are pointing opposites each other. And then keep sinking your bum towards the back. So again, take your knees as wide as possible. For demonstration purposes, I'm just going to stay here. And then you can either choose to press your palms down and then keep shifting the weight of your bum towards the back, like I'm doing towards the ocean. And so that you can bring your forearms down. Oof. Frog pose. Of course you have to do frog pose. Yeah, frog pose is one of those crazy hip openers, but it reminds you that it's necessary to work on these hip openers to be able to get into our goal. Stay here for a bit. You can keep shifting your bum towards the back. Oof. Feeling that nice stretch on the hip flexors. This is very good because the more you do frog pose, the more at least it's actually deepening the stretch of the fascia muscles, especially around the hip joints. And then keep sending breath to your hips just to get rid of that sensation you're feeling. Anchor your focus on your breath to ease the tension. Whew. Inhale, exhale, and then gently glide out of the posture by sliding forward. The next posture you're going to do, you're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. So you take your feet out as wide as take them even wider than what we did earlier. Take your feet out and just make sure they're parallel to each other. And today, so that you can bring your forearms down. It's okay, you can use a block here, otherwise you can stay with your palms just pressing down. It's perfectly fine. Again, less is more. Don't overstrain because Goga was demonstrating this. Then you can either stay with your palms down again. Keep shifting your bum towards the back. You can feel a very juicy stretch on the entire hamstring. And then say that you can maybe lift your left hand up with your palm still down, right hand up. I don't know what I'm even trying to do here. I was trying to create a thumbnail for today's video. Okay, otherwise stay with your palms down. It'll just be being dramatic here. Exhale. Oof. It's a very intense stretch, especially on the hamstrings. And then gently press your palms down, release the posture. So you're still sitting. Take your right leg, bring in your heel next to your bum, right buttock. And then see whether you can bring your left hand on the right knee, and then see whether you can reach with your right hand, and see whether you're going to tap the left foot. You're here, keep reaching, so that you can grab the left toe with your right hand, and then rotate your torso up, feeling that nice side stretch. So we call this half dynamic, half split with a twist. So you're splitting halfway, like my left leg is literally in a split, okay? And then my entire right side of the body is stretching. And then gently release. Oof, catch your breath here for a moment, switch sides. So now we are going to take the left leg, take it towards the back, bring in the left heel next to the left buttock, and then stretch the entire right leg. And then you want to keep this right leg stretching like on the same line as the hips, okay? And then when you're ready, bring your right hand on your left knee, and then reach with your left hand, and see whether you can easily grab the right big toe. And you want to start hinging very slowly, so don't be in a rush. Hinge very slowly until you're able to tap that toe. You can always use a strap if it's too far. And then just see whether you can grab that big toe. And keep reaching with the pulses. Feeling that entire juicy stretch on the entire left body. There we are. So the toe is locked. And then now rotate your chest up towards the sky. Inhale and exhale. And then gently release the posture. Oof. Hands to heart center. Namaste. Bye, guys.